Tony Betts scores his first goal of the year at 3 minutes and 31 seconds into the second half. The ball was cleared out of the penalty area by Kenny Hill. It came to Betts on top of the penalty box, and he banged it from 20 yards with the left foot and just put it over the outstretched arm of Eric Martin into the left side of the goal. A perfectly placed shot, and it'll be an unassisted goal for Tony Betts. And back to live action now. While we were looking at the replay on the slow motion, it appears to me that either Redfern or Lester received a yellow caution card, and I think we're going to get a look at that. Abraham Klein looked into the pocket, pulled out the yellow card, and that was it. And I'm not sure even who got it or what he got it for, as we were looking at the replay on television on a beautifully placed shot by Tony Betts. And Eric Martin was helpless to stop it. Nothing you can do about that. Put it right under the crossbar and just inside the left goal post. So now Portland leads 1-0, and they're going to be pushing hard here to get more. So now the Diplomats are right where they don't want to be. Of course, you never want to be behind in a ball game, but especially on the road. Here comes Portland. Long ball into the penalty area for Clyde Best. Kenny Hill knocks it away from him, and Gary Darrell chips it high out of the penalty area to the far side. Lester heads it down back to the 35, and Gant has it. Portland still with the ball. Cleared back to midfield to Ray Martin. He'll start it in on the right side. Leads the ball to the ground to Stuart Scullion. 35-yard line. He's double teamed, puts the ball to the ground, and then takes it toward the middle of the field now. Makes a long cross-field pass, beautifully placed to Gant, or correct that, Willie Anderson in the corner. Willie Anderson starts it in for the Timbers. Goes around Jimmy Steele. He drives, fires a shot, and it's just over the crossbar. Nicely done, and a goal kick for the Washington Diplomats. Timbers really applying the pressure right now. Pintos to Thunderbirds. Logan Ford has them all, so make them an offer on the one you want. They'll probably take it at Logan Ford in Springfield, Virginia. Comes Washington on the attack. Pass for Alan Green in the penalty area. He's at the penalty spot. Can't quite get to it. It's cleared away from him by Barry Lynch. Comes out of bounds in the extreme left wing corner. And they say now that Barry Lynch did not clear it, that it was last touched by the Washington Diplomats. Portland with the ball deep in its own zone. The Diplomats pressuring down there. Ray Martin. He's stripped of the ball by Alan Green. He tries to reverse on him now, and he's tripped by Ray Martin. He was right down at the home plate area, which they've left exposed. He was in the dirt down there along the sideline. Free kick, Washington. Ball goes to Lester. Outside penalty box left. Lester looks for an opening. He's picked up by Brian Gant. Takes the ball inside now toward the end line. He's double teamed down there. Still has the ball. He's working in the dirt along the sideline, and then just shoves the ball away from himself and out of bounds. Well, Lester had Bobby Stokes sitting outside along the sideline all by himself and wide open, but he insisted that he was going to take him on by himself, and he lost the ball. Portland goal kick. Zone clears out. Mick Poole sets it up in his own penalty box, and he'll kick it upfield. When fashions the goal, Woody's is the winner, with Chino for a welcome change. Chino in three-piece suits, slacks, jackets, walk shorts. They're all in projections at Woody's. Ball at midfield, and Washington has it again here. They're trying to swing the momentum around here, get that equalizing goal. Redfern dumps it into the right wing corner for Gary Darrell. He centers the ball into the penalty area, but nobody there. Ray Martin of Portland easily clears it away from in front of his own net, out of bounds across the way. Throw in Washington right wing side. Don McAllister to take it. We've played 7 minutes of the second half. A lot of time left here. Kenny Hill feeds the ball top of the penalty box for Jimmy Steele. They're really pushing up. A lot of the defenders moving up for Washington, but the ball is cleared away and goes to Willie Anderson on the left wing side in his own zone. Feeds the ball to Tony Betts at midfield line. Drops it back down in the middle. Picked up by Barry Lynch. He goes by 3 men. Feeds it to Willie Anderson in Washington's zone on the left wing side. Feeds the ball in the middle 35-yard line to Clyde Best. Picked up by Jimmy Steele, so drops the ball off to Hank Leotard. Leotard, 35-yard line. Moves in toward the penalty box now. Feeds the ball to Clyde Best, 24 yards out. Best is double team. Swings the ball all the way back to the 35. Looking for an opening. Now dumps it along the left wing sideline for Willie Anderson. He's wide open. Anderson now picked up by McAllister. Takes him to the penalty area. Goes to the end line. Crossing ball in front and right to Eric Martin. Willie Anderson with some lightning quick moves in the corner. McAllister having trouble keeping up with him that time. Anderson playing extremely well tonight for Portland. 8 minutes left here in the first half. Anderson taking McAllister in that time. We'll get a look at it here. Takes him to the end line, and just as he had an opening, he got it loose before McAllister was able to cover him up, and that was a good look there at what it takes. If he had made a turn of the body toward the goal area to make that crossing attempt, it wouldn't have gotten off. McAllister would have blocked it. But he was able to get it off while, really ostensibly looking at the goal line, and just with the left foot was able to curve it out front. So nicely done by Willie Anderson. That's the veteran. Liverich of Washington pretty good at that, as is Jimmy Redfern. Sometimes all it takes is a half a step to beat the guy if he can get it off quickly. Ball belongs to Portland again. Make the Giant Department Stores your soccer headquarters for soccer equipment for the best names in the sport. In Rockville, Lanham, Bowie, and Tyson's Corner. Long ball into the penalty area for Tony Betts. Headed out of the box by Hill comes to Clyde Best. He dumps it into the left wing corner for Willie Anderson. He tries to push the ball around to McAllister, but McAllister rides him off the play, screens him off the ball. It goes over the end line, and a Washington goal kick. Pintos to Thunderbirds. Logan Ford has them all, so make them an offer on the one you want. They'll probably take it at Logan Ford in Springfield, Virginia. Remember, fans, JKJ, the Carnival of the Diplomats, is bringing you the Dips versus Portland game tonight. When you're talking Chevrolet, you're talking JKJ. Ball is at midfield, and another foul has been called on Washington. And a free kick for the Portland Timbers right at the midfield line. Jimmy Steele heads it away from the top of the penalty area after the free kick goes back to midfield. It's headed back in by McMahon of Portland, but cleared by Gary Darrell of Washington. He tries to hit Jimmy Redfern on the run on the right wing side into Portland zone. Can't catch up to it. It goes out of bounds. Throw in Timbers. Betts goes right around Lester with a nice move. He feeds a long ball. Right wing side for Brian Gant. It's headed up into the air by Pringle. Drops into the penalty area. Takes a high hop off the turf. Gant goes into the corner. Alex Pringle knocks the ball away from him over the end line. Wait a minute. They say last touch by Gant. And no, they say it was a foul on Gant. That's what it was. We thought that Pringle had knocked it over the end line, but they had called Brian Gant for a foul. So a free kick for Washington, deep in its own zone in the left wing. Pringle feeds it out to midfield to McMahon. He heads it back into Washington's zone. Has put it right on McMahon's head, so Washington giving the ball away there. Leotard to the right wing. Pass into the penalty area, looking for Scullion. Headed down by Wilner. Back to Best. To Scullion in front, but he's offside. Scullion was 13 yards for the goal line. Took the pass that time, but he was offside. And he hit Roy Wilner unintentionally, but Wilner is lying flat on his back now. And trainer Steve Horner comes on to have a look at him. Ball was cleared out of the penalty box initially by Wilner. Came back outside to Betts. He gave the ball to Best. And Clyde chipped it in front for Scullion. And then Wilner lifted his foot up to knock it away from him. And I think as Scullion reached for the ball with his right foot in the air, he kicked Roy Wilner. And trainer Steve Horner applying some ice. It looks, well, it's hard to say. Well, he's got either to the hamstring or the right calf. I think the right calf, because that's where he got kicked by Stuart Scullion. He reached up with his right foot to clear it away, and then Scullion, it must have been, hit him with the right foot in the right calf. But Roy Wilner is up now, the rookie from Essex Community. Well, rookie. Hardly. The American veteran, Roy Wilner from Baltimore. Been around for a few years now, one of the better American defenders, and certainly hard-nosed and plays with a lot of heart, Roy Wilner. Portland has it again at midfield. Washington giving it away now for the third consecutive time. Betts has the ball on the left wing side. He goes around Lester or Redfern correct that. Redfern fouled him, but he was able to maintain control of the ball. But now Washington gets it back. In midfield comes Jimmy Steele. Washington trying to get the equalizing goal and get right back into it. Pass for Redfern on the right wing side and across the 35. Tries to chip it inside. It's knocked down. Looked like maybe a handball by Graham Day. They say no. Comes back to Bobby Stokes. He's being shoved by Graham Day. Still has the ball. Feeds it off for the left wing side. 35-yard line to Alex Pringle. High chip, penalty area. Here goes Jimmy Steele driving in, and Mick Poole comes out. Grabs the ball away from Jimmy Steele. And Mick Poole is down now. Steele may have gotten him with the knee in the midsection. I'm not sure. We'll get a look at it here. And Mick Poole is hurting. And referee Abraham Klein is stopping time. Alex Pringle had it. Left wing, 35-yard line. Made a crossing ball across the face of the net. Steele was coming in from the weak side. Boy, that was awfully hard to see right there. They're out looking at him right now. 1-0 Portland here with 33 minutes left in the game. Well, we have a break now. We'll remind you, fans, of Dip Soccer and ice-cold Pepsi-Cola. Two great ways to get your kicks. You'll enjoy the action even more when you have a Pepsi Day. Still out looking at Mick Poole, and he's up now. We're going to resume here quickly. No other car dealer does what they do at Logan Ford. They'll tell you what their asking price is, and you tell them what you'll pay. Make them an offer. They'll probably take it at Logan Ford in Springfield, Virginia. Mick Poole, the Portland goalkeeper, is back up. He's limping around a little bit. I don't know if he's going to continue. And it was very hard to tell from the television replay what exactly did happen to him. We thought Steele might have clipped him with the knee coming in as they were on a collision course, but the replay really didn't show that, or at least didn't make it very evident. Portland now has a corner kick after Roy Wilner cleared the ball away from Stuart Scully into the right wing corner, and Willie Anderson will tee the ball up in the right wing. Timbers try to extend their lead. Try to open this one up a bit. Diplomats still very much of the ball game right now, but could become a bit more desperate if they get another goal. Ball is here cleared out of the box on the corner kick by Jimmy Steele and comes out of bounds on the far side, and it will be a Portland throw-in on the left wing. Next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock on Channel 5, a simulcast with WTOP. The Diplomats and the New York Cosmos from New Jersey, so be with us. Here comes the throw-in now. Long ball into the penalty area for Clyde Best. Loose ball in front of the net, and Wilner just does. Clear it away from Stuart Scullion. Eric Martin now shouting at the referee, Abraham Klein, about some extracurricular shoving going on in front of the net. Willie Anderson now in the left wing corner with a corner kick for the Timbers. They apply the pressure. Anderson. Low ball right out front, Scullion, and Best! It goes right across the face of the net and over the end line right. And a foul was called on Portland, I believe, and a free kick for the Washington Diplomats. Or perhaps they didn't call a foul. They just said it was last touched by Portland. Doesn't make too much difference. I think they're going to give him a goal kick. Scullion got a piece of the ball in front, and it didn't miss that wide side of the net by too much. And I think it was just a goal kick. Oftentimes, you don't see the referee make such a graphic display as to who gets the ball on goal kicks. He slapped the hands together, pointed at somebody. Just wanted to say who it went off of, I guess. Here comes Clyde Best. Portland has it again. He's stripped blindsided by Jimmy Steele, and then Steele kicks out at him. Best was reaching out, shoving away at him, and then Steele reached out and kicked him, and they called a foul on Clyde Best. Well, Jimmy Steele says that's justice. He retaliated, but they called the foul originally, although he could have gotten yellow carded for it. Kind of get a look at it here. Steele came in. Best kicked him right in the back of the leg. Moved in on him and kicked him again. Hit him with the knee right there, and that's what Jimmy Steele got a little upset about. So, no doubt about it, very graphically shown on our slow motion replay. 30 minutes, 10 seconds left to the match. Portland has the ball back again after a foul on Washington. Bobby Stokes and Hank Leotard getting tangled up across the way. And it will be a Portland free kick on the left wing side near midfield. Question for you, what is the most important ingredient in a BLT on toast? The bacon, of course. So buy the best bacon, SK. SK Taste makes the BLT, so make the taste SK. Graham Day, long ball toward the penalty area. Jimmy Steele and Clyde Best after the ball. Best gets the head on it, and it Moves in harmlessly toward the net, wide of the goal, and Martin picks it up. Feeds it to Alex Pringle. He starts it ahead to Wilner on the left wing side. Wilner races to the midfield line, feeds the ball to the 35 in Portland zone to Green. He's double teamed. Knocked away from him by McMahon of Portland. The Timbers have it. Brian Gant starts it back in the right wing, across midfield. Leads it in the middle. It's intercepted by Lester. Bad pass, but Scullion with good hustle gets it back. Starts for Clyde Bess along the right wing and across the 35. And Kenny Hill clears it out of bounds. The Cosmos, the Whitecaps, when they come to Washington in the next couple of weeks, will stay at the Dulles Holiday Inn. You'll get free limousine service to and from Dulles International Airport at the Dulles Holiday Inn, the official home of the North American Soccer League. Here comes Portland now, passing foot of the net for Willie Anderson, and the header goes over the goal and into the seats for a Washington goal kick. Nicely done. Brian Gant got the ball to Willie Anderson, and he dove headlong for the header but missed the net. JKJ, the car dealer of the Diplomats, is bringing you the Dips versus Portland Timbers game tonight. And fans, when you're talking Chevrolet, you're talking JKJ. Well, right now it's going both ways. The soccer action's hot and heavy on the field, so come on and take time out. Wrap your hand around an ice-cold Pepsi-Cola, the one with that kicky taste. John Miller back at Multnomah Stadium in Portland, where they're loving soccer tonight as the Portland Timbers, even with a 1-0 lead, very much in this ball game yet with Washington, but the Timbers have clearly dominated the game up to now. And the fans have appreciated it very much. Washington with the ball at midfield. Jimmy Steele, long pass now. Here goes Alan Green, streaking into the penalty area, and they just do clear the ball away from him. McMahon just at the top of the penalty area. Cleared it into Mick Poole. There's the dazzling speed of Alan Green. Now Portland trying to get the ball out of the zone. It goes to Hank Leotard. Sidesteps McAllister. Long counter-attacking pass for Willie Anderson. And Wilner knocks the ball down with a hand. It looked like unintentional. He tried to get the hand out of the way, and it was headed toward his left shoulder, and we saw him swing the arm away, and they call the foul, but no yellow card, which would be the call on an intentional handball. So now Portland with a free kick. Willie Anderson with the ball on the left wing side, takes it outside, chip top of the penalty area. Going after the ball there is Gant, heads the ball into the penalty area, but Kenny Hill clears it away. Comes to Alex Pringle. He and Clyde Best fight after the ball, and Pringle clears it back to midfield to Alan Green. Dumps it to the midfield line for Stokes. He misses it with McMahon all over him, and then Portland's Barry Lynch clears it from midfield all the way back to his goalkeeper. If you've waited too many years for your dream vacation, let Dimensions Travel take you on that Caribbean cruise. Dimensions is the travel agency of the Washington Diplomats. Here comes Portland. Scullion driving into penalty box left with Wilner right on him. And Eric Martin is able to come 9 yards out of the net to take the ball away from him. Jimmy Steele now fighting after the ball at midfield with Portland Timbers all over him. Drops it off to Alex Pringle on the left wing side. Pringle tries to lead it ahead. It's intercepted, taken away by Hank Leotard. And then he is tripped hard. And a foul is called. No doubt about it. Rough play that time. Hank Leotard, the former Seattle Sounder, and Lester came in there. Oh, that was a legal bump. Yeah, I said no doubt about it, and you look at the replay, and there may have been. Hard bump that time. If he kept the shoulder locked in, or the elbow locked in, it was legal. Now offside call. Portland with a free kick. Headed inside by Graham Day for Scullion, but he was offside. Quickly, Washington gets the ball out. 26 minutes and 5 seconds left in the match, and the Diplomats trail by a goal. Midfield circle is Gary Darrell. Starts the ball ahead to Alan Green. He's double teamed, so drops it off to Darrell. Now Darrell picked up by Ray Martin. He holds him off with the left hand. Drops the ball back to McAllister. Now McAllister into the attacking zone with a pass to Alan Green. Goes under his foot. Now here comes Darrell. Penalty box right. Drives. A shot. And it's just over the crossbar. Defensive mistake that time by the Timbers. Everybody said, well, Alan Green has lost the ball, but nobody went after the ball except Gary Darrell of the Diplomats. And he had a bad angle. They turned him to the outside, and he missed the net. Darrell that time. McMahon finally did get back to turn him outside. The goalkeeper way out of the net to cut the angle down. And Darrell just couldn't hit the net that time. Diplomats very nearly got a big break. 25 minutes and 15 seconds left in the match. The Timber fans want more. They want to put it away. The Diplomats want to tie it up. Remember, fans, you'll get a kick out of the savings you'll find at your nearby People's Drug Store. With People's everyday low discount prices, plus over 100 special buys every week. If your goal savings, your stores, Peoples. Ball is at midfield. Washington has it, but they give it away. Stokes loses to Scullion. Portland Timbers with the ball. Stuart Scullion. Heel pass for McMahon. Ahead to Leotard. Fans love it. Leotard, right wing. Goes to the 35-yard line. He looks in front. He's got Clyde Best. He goes for Clyde Best. Hill there. Heads the ball straight up into the air. High pop-up. Comes back outside the penalty area. Picked up by Mike Lester. Diplomats now trying to get the counterattack going, but Lester gives it away. Lester gets it right back, though. Gets the ball off to Bobby Stokes, and here come the Diplomats now. Pass for Alan Green in the middle. Greeny looking for a goal. Feeds the ball to Darrell. Open to the right wing. He tries to drop it back to Redfern. Redfern was going to the sideline, and Darrell gives it right back. Now here come the Timbers on the counterattack. Look out. Clyde Best feeds it on the left wing to Anderson. Hit across the 35. Moves to the penalty area. Tries to beat McAllister. Centers it in front. Shot. Score! Scores his third goal of the year. The fullback came up on offense, and Willie Anderson hit him with a beauty of a pass right out in front of the goal, and Eric Martin had absolutely no help. Martin all by himself in front of the net, and Graham Day literally was just the post that time from Anderson to bang it off of. Goal number 2 for the Timbers. Pretty play. Nobody there. Kenny Hill puts his hands in his hands on his head and says, oh my. Now the fans start chanting down below, we want 3. Of course, in the North American Soccer League, a victory is not complete until you have 3 goals. And here come the Timbers again. Long pass for Anderson. By Anderson. Goes for Best in the left wing corner. He drives in on Kenny Hill now. Tries to put the ball through his legs. Bounces off them. Best has it again in the left wing corner. Dumps it off on the sideline to Willie Anderson. McAllister on him. Anderson goes by him to the end line. He drives. Tries to cross it in front. McAllister gets back with a comeback tackle to knock it over the end line. But Portland has a corner kick. And they're going wild in Portland right now. Anderson, who just assisted on that last goal, 65-58 the time. We have 22:40 left in the match right now. Here comes the corner. Low ball. Pringle knocks it down. Comes to Tony Betts. Betts keeps it alive. Gives the ball to Anderson outside penalty box left. He moves in on Lester. Tries to cross it in front. It's deflected by Lester. And Darrell clears it all the way back to midfield. Alan Green there to track it down, but it's knocked away. He was blindsided by Martin. Comes to Brian Gant. Gant with Green on him. Knocks the ball back to Martin. Ahead it goes to Gant. Again, back to Martin on the right wing. Portland really putting the pressure on now. Scullion in the right wing corner makes the chest trap. He's picked up by 2 men. Lofts it into the right wing corner for Gant. Jimmy Steele back to knock the ball away from him and clear it out of bounds. And the foul is called on Gant down there. So Washington with a free kick. 21:56 left here in the ball game. Remember, 544 kick, 544 KICK, the number to call. The switchboards are open right now at the Diplomats ticket office until 1 o'clock this morning. Here's a crossing ball for the right wing side as Portland again trying to put the pressure on from Brian Gant, but it slices off his foot and wide. John Miller with you from Portland tonight, and the Portland Timbers have sent the home fans off. 11,592 of them at Multnomah Stadium, and it's 2-0 Portland. Goals by Tony Betts, his first, and Graham Day, his third. These are not the big guns scoring tonight. Timbers looking for a long-awaited victory. They won their first day of July and have not won since. Well, it's not over yet, but Washington now is going to have to put everything forward. They like to get some goals here anyway. Here comes Roy Wilner, 35-yard line. Feeds it off on the right wing to Bobby Stokes, picked up by Barry Lynch. Dumps it back into the right wing corner for Wilner. Give and go. Wilner picked up by Tony Betts. Betts loses the ball over the end line. Took it away from him. Trying to claim that he bounced it off Roy Wilner out of bounds, but the referee said no. Give it to Washington. Corner kick, right wing corner. Stokes will set the ball up for the Diplomats now as they try to score a goal from a set play here. Here comes the high cross into the penalty area. Alan Green goes after the ball, but it's cleared away from him by McMahon. Comes outside the penalty area to Clyde Best, and here come the Timbers on the counter-attack. Up the right wing side, into the attacking zone comes Brian Gant. He tries to feed it in front for Scullion, who was offside anyway. Now Scullion shouting at Brian Gant, "Why'd you hold it so long?" Oftentimes a player who's caught offside, it's not his fault. He anticipates a play coming up, and then the man doesn't pass it. It's not where you are when the ball reaches you. It's where you are when it was played. Try to time it to be offside when it's after it's been played, which is legal. Here comes Portland again. Loose ball in the penalty area, but nobody there. Gant from the right side tried to hit Scullion. Top of penalty box right. Couldn't get to it. Went behind him and into Eric Martin. Eric throws it out of the left wing for Jimmy Steele. Drops it to Pringle, who in turn drops it back to Martin with pressure from Willie Anderson. Now Martin rolls it out to the right wing side to McAllister. McAllister tries to loop a ball to the midfield line. He does to Stokes, who is pushed from behind by Graham Day. Free kick, Washington. Game really picking up a fast tempo now here in the second half. Stokes gives the ball away. Here goes Clyde Best after it. Headed away from him by Kenny Hill at the 35 in Washington defensive zone. Now clear to McAllister on the right wing side. McAllister hands the ball off to Jimmy Redfern midfield. Redfern puts the ball right off the foot of Tony Betts. Good quick play by Betts. Pass for Best now is knocked away, but Portland gets it back at midfield. Leotard feeds it long across field on the right wing side for Scullion, but it's too long for him. Can't get it out of bounds. Throw in Washington quickly. Pringle throws the ball for Alan Green. Penalty box left. He's picked up by McMahon down there in the left wing corner. McMahon bumps him and finally knocks the ball away from him out of bounds. And a throw in for Washington in the left wing corner. Diplomats trying to spring number 9 Green open here. Dangerous shooter, one of the most dangerous in the North American Soccer League. Now Pringle on the left wing sideline tries to cross it in front. He miskicks the ball. It slices off his foot, way out of bounds. And a goal kick for the Portland Timbers. Timbers goal kick. The last Can't Get Your Kicks is coming up in the end of August. Mark Lowenstein and the Diplomats players are going to be teaching the game of soccer as played by the professionals. Learn professional soccer from the professionals at Can't Get Your Kicks. Call 544-5425 and ask for Mark Lowenstein or ask for Director of Can't Get Your Kicks and learn soccer from the pros. Late August is the final camp, and it's quite a bargain for the kids. 2-0 here in favor of Portland, giving miseries to the Diplomats. Here comes Washington. Lester on the left wing side drops it off to Alan Green. Green shoves it out in the middle to Bobby Stokes. Has some room. Goes on the back door side. Penalty box right for Gary Darrell, but it's over his head. He'll have to chase it down in the deep right wing corner. Tony Betts is on him. Drops it outside to Redfern along the sideline. Redfern picked up by Barry Lynch. Redfern juking on him over there, looking for some room, and finally Lynch knocks it away from him out of bounds. Throw in Washington. McAllister comes down to throw it in. It's the ball into penalty box right for Alan Green. He heads it back outside, but it's going to be cleared out of bounds in the right wing corner by Tony Betts. Green headed the ball back outside in the penalty area toward the outer reaches of the box. He had a couple of men there, Gary Darrell and Bobby Stokes, but Betts was able to step in front and clear it away. McAllister throws the ball into penalty box right for Stokes. He scissors it in front. Alan Green with a header! And Mick Poole makes the save, falling to his knees. Quickly, Poole starts the counter-attack with a high punt up the right wing side, and Scullion makes a nice foot trap. Beautiful. Scullion swings back into his own zone looking for room. Now starts it ahead to Hank Leotard. He has a lot of room. He makes a long crossfield pass for Willie Anderson, streaking down the left wing side toward the penalty box. He's got it. Moves into McAllister now. Takes him outside. Looks for a shot. Knocked down by McAllister. Pops loose in the penalty area, and Darrell clears the ball away. Comes back near midfield. Graham Day goes after the ball. Heads it, but it comes right to Alan Green of Washington, and then he is blindsided by Barry Lynch. When fashions the goal, Woody's is the winner, with denim turned dynamite from H.D. Lee. Denim in suits, jeans, or jackets with hoods. They're all in the body shop at Woody's. Here comes Portland now. Long ball, right wing corner for Gant. Feeds the ball off to Clyde Best, top of penalty box right. Back along the right wing sideline into the corner. It goes to Hank Leotard. He's picked up by Wilner. Starts juking on him in the corner now. Has Best out there to help out, and then Wilner knocks the ball away from him out of bounds. Throw in Portland. Time running out of the Diplomats. 15:50 to go in the match. 2-0 Portland. Leotard throws the ball in penalty box right. Hits Scullion. Scullion tries to loop the ball in front, but Lester's there to knock the ball over the end line. And again, Portland has a corner kick. Everything going for Portland right now. They're hustling, playing hard right now, putting a lot of pressure on the Diplomats here. going to take something that Washington has not been providing up to now to get back into this one. Willie Anderson in the right wing corner. Here comes the cross, a high one across the face of the net. Clyde Best on the blind side has it go over his head, but he races after it on the sideline, takes it away from Kenny Hill. Now he jukes on Hill in the left wing corner. Has a lot of men out front looking for somebody. Drops it back outside to Graham Day. Crossing one in the penalty area, headed away by Jimmy Steele. Comes back to the 35-yard line. Darrell has it. Darrell full volleys it off to Alan Green. Green is bumped by McMahon. Foul called. Free kick Diplomats at midfield. Look for Holly Farms Chicken at Giant, the quality meat people. Holly Farms is the one to pick to be sure, so spread the word. Washington on the attack. Here they come now. Pass on the right wing side for McAllister. Into Redfern, back to McAllister. 35-yard line. McAllister into the penalty area. Here goes Lester now. He's open, but it takes a hop off the artificial turf. And right into the goalkeeper, Mick Poole. He throws it out to Scully on the right wing. He dances around Pringle now. Pushes the ball off the knee of Steele, who deflected it. Now Washington gets it back. Here comes Steele the other way. 35-yard line. Tries to feed the ball inside. It's knocked down by McMahon. Cleared back to midfield. Washington has it. McAllister with the ball. He starts it ahead, 35-yard line for Lester. Intercepted by Betts. Washington gets it back. Redfern to Lester again, and again he can't get it. And Graham Day with the ball. Quick counter-attacking pass. Nicely played to Best. To Scullion. To Best. He's on the right wing side. He's open. He drives in. He winds. He looks for the shot, and Hill's back to cover him up. Penalty box right. Best tries to go around him. He runs into Kenny Hill. Foul called on Clyde Best in the penalty area. Best was off to the races that time. And Kenny Hill got back to cover him up. And we'll get a look at the foul here. Hill knocked the ball away from him, and then Best reached out and grabs him, shoves him away right there. Foul called. But now Portland live action has the ball back again. Timbers of the ball. Throw in. Right wing side, 35-yard line. Leotard runs up to the sideline. Throws a long ball into the penalty area. Headed down. Comes out of the penalty box. Pringle was there with the clear. Comes to Redfern. Redfern, nice move. Goes away from Betts. Feeds it off from the right wing side to Wilner. Wilner, a lot of room to run, but quickly Tony Bench is back to pick him up. Wilner drops the ball off to Redfern. Redfern shoves it ahead to Wilner again. Right wing corner. McMahon's there to pick him up now. Portland really hustling back to cover itself defensively. Finally, the ball is knocked away from Wilner, out of bounds. Throw in Washington, right wing. 13 minutes left. Diplomats are going to have to start cutting the lead right now. Time running out on him. Into Lester. He's clobbered by Leotard. Nothing called. Said it was a legal hit. And cleared out of bounds on the far side by Bobby Stokes of Washington. Portland has it. Weekends are made for picnicking at SK Frank's, are made for picnics. So make sure you pick up a picnic pack of SK Frank's for this weekend. Fans chanting, "We want a goal." Here come the Timbers now. Clyde Best, right wing side and across the 35-yard line. Picked up by Kenny Hill. Best takes the ball to the sideline. Best has been shut out tonight, but he's caused some trouble. Best takes him into the corner now. Hill still right with him. Finally, Best goes around Hill. Now he's double teamed. He's held in the corner by Jimmy Steele, and the Diplomats come out with it. Kenny Hill leads the ball toward midfield to Bobby Stokes. Drops it back to his own 35-yard line. McAllister there takes it away from Scullion. Gets the ball to Alan Green, who nicely plays it off to Stokes. And then Stokes weakly plays it back to Green, and it's intercepted by Ray Martin. Portland has it. Diplomats give it away at midfield again. Now Tony Betts starts straight in. Drops it back to the midfield line to Barry Lynch. Now to Tony Betts in the midfield circle. Betts passes on the right wing side for Leotard. He drops it back to the midfield line to Ray Martin there in no hurry. Long ball into the penalty area. It's headed by Brian Gant. Loose ball in the penalty box. And Martin comes out of the net to pick it up. Quickly, Eric throws a long pass to midfield, and Alan Green's got it there. It was knocked down by Graham Day. Looked like he handed the ball. And the referee calls nothing, and he says the ball is in play. Oh, Alan Green waves his hand at Abraham Klein and says, "Wake up, Abe." From our vantage point, it looked so obvious that Graham Day reached down and knocked the ball down with his hand like a basketball player. Here comes Clyde Best inside to Hank Leotard. He's open, penalty box right, and the ball bounces off his shin and into Eric Martin. Martin throws it away to midfield. Here come the Timbers again. Scully on top of the penalty area. Drops it back to the 35-yard line to Leotard. Now McMahon passes on the right side to Clyde Best. Here comes the crossing ball into the penalty area for Scullion, and Martin just does extend his right arm to its full length that time to take it away from Scullion, who was coming in from the blind side. Martin that time took a gamble by coming out of the penalty box, or the goal area that time, and there you see it. Just did manage to keep it away from Scullion. Back to live action. Here they come again. Into the left wing corner comes Willie Anderson. Tries to push the ball by McAllister and pushes it by him, but too far over the end line. And Washington has a goal kick. 10:20 to go. 2-0 Portland. Next broadcast in WTOP, 7:45 on Wednesday from the Meadowlands. And the television portion begins at 8 o'clock on Channel 5, the simulcast. We're simulcasting tonight for you. That's why we refer from time to time to things on the television screen, which you on radio certainly are not privy to. Washington with the ball at midfield. They started into the attacking zone, and Darrell is tripped by Martin. John Miller in Portland. Here come the Diplomats trailing 2-0. Jimmy Steele has the ball knocked away from him, and Portland gets it. Here come the Timbers. Scullion with the ball. Feeds it to Leotard. Leotard down the middle, 35-yard line. Leotard to Clyde Best in the right wing. He's open. Big Clyde picked up by Kenny Hill. Dumps the ball into the penalty area for Brian Gant. Goes around Pringle. He feeds in front. Shot. Score! Stuart Scullion. And 22 seconds left in the match. That ought to do it. The Timbers have the 3 goals, and if they can hold on to it, they've got the full 9-point victory as Brian Gant beats Alex Pringle in the penalty area and feeds it right out front to Scullion, who hits it on the fly into the wide side of a wide-open net. His 9th goal of the year, and the Portland Timbers are heroes again in what they used to call Soccer City, USA. After 6 consecutive losses, the Timbers are lighting up the red light again and have a 3-0 lead. Alex Pringle that time was just beaten in the penalty area by Brian Gant, and then Gant had Eric Martin out of the net to pick him up, looking for the shot, and then he fed it right out front to Scullion, who hit it in from 9 yards. So the Timbers have the 3 goals now. 3-0 Portland. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. The 4th time this year they've gotten 3 goals, and they've never gotten more. But you don't need more in terms of bonus points in the standings. Here comes Washington now, down 3-0, and at this point, looking for bonus points. Ball is at midfield. Jimmy Steele goes after it for Washington. Well, Brian Gant just beat Alex Pringle in the penalty box that time, no doubt about it. And Alex knew it the moment that he beat him. Clyde Best will also get an assist in that goal, as he was the man who passed it to Gant. Scullion's 9th goal of the year. He's the team leader. Graham Day and Tony Betts had the others. Here comes Jimmy Redfern, penalty box right. Crossing ball into the penalty area. Had Redfern and Green right there in front of the net, but it sailed over both of their heads. Comes out of bounds in the near corner over the end line. And so the Portland Timbers will get a goal kick. Well, this is turning into a road trip which the Diplomats would like to forget about, as the Team Hawaii club just swarmed all over them Tuesday night in Honolulu. Had 37 shots in that game and beat them 4-2. And now tonight the Timbers doing the same sort of stuff, keeping constant pressure on the goal, have hit the net 3 times in this one, all in the second half. Tony Betts at 48-31, Graham Day at 65-58, and this goal at 80-38 from Stuart Scullion. Well, it's hard to figure how the Timbers could be 8-14 watching them here tonight, but they've lost a lot of games in overtime, and they've lost a few on shootout. So a couple of breaks for them here and there, and they could have a vastly different record than the one they have. They've lost 12 games this year by 1 goal. A goal here, a goal there. They could be far superior to 8-14. Not as bad as their record. Here comes Roy Wilner into the left wing side and gets the offside call, and that's a debatable call, I'll tell you. He was right shoulder for shoulder with Graham Day, and they called him offside, and it's a tough one to call there. 7 minutes left in the match, and it's 3-0. The Portland Timbers are leading. Remember, the ticket offices are open in Washington for, well, just about to the end of the ball game here. So if you'd like to take advantage of the Pelé special, buy a full-price ticket for the Vancouver game next Saturday, and for $1 more, you'll get the same seat for Pelé and Beckenbauer and the Cosmos on August the 6th. Give them a call right now, 544-5425. Well, there you see number 8, Archie Robistoff, coming into the ball game, replacing Clyde Best, and a big round of applause for Best. And also number 24, Ike McKay, comes in, replacing Stuart Scullion, and the fans here give them a big ovation. The two big forwards who starred for 2 years for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, now starring for the Portland Timbers, their two leading scorers, and they love them both here in Portland. So Ike McKay comes in, and Archie Robistoff, former All-American from the University of San Francisco. Look at this, they've got a convention in front of the net. They got Robistoff in front. Now the ball goes to McKay, bounces off his head, and just before Robistoff can hit one on the net, it's cleared away by Kenny Hill. Wow. By the way, the new guys in town almost put one in. 6:15 to go in the match. At the Dulles Holiday Inn, fans, you can take advantage of two 18-hole championship golf courses, indoor or outdoor tennis, swimming, and horseback riding. The Dulles Holiday Inn, the choice of the NASL. Now a ball played for Archie Robistoff, right wing side, makes the chest trap, 35-yard line, drops it back to midfield, intended for Ray Martin. Can't get to it, finally does, feeds it off to Graham Day. Feeds the ball on the left wing side for Willie Anderson. Chips the ball inside now for Ike McKay. Picked up by Darrell. Goes around Darrell. Nice move. Feeds the ball in the penalty area for Archie Robistoff. Back it goes to McKay. Back to Robistoff. And, well, one or two passes too many that time, and it's cleared away by Steele over the end line. But Portland will get a corner kick. 5:30 left in the match. 3-0 Portland leading Washington here. Willie Anderson in the left wing. Corner kick. Set play. Washington's going to make a substitution right now, late in the ball game. Roy Wilner goes out, and Sonny Askew comes in. Sonny Askew, the 19-year-old rookie from Baltimore. Sonny getting a chance at an early age to make a go of professional soccer. Here's the corner kick. Anderson crossing ball. Look out. Here goes Robistoff. His header is wide right of the net. Robistoff under pressure from Kenny Hill. Goal kick, Washington. Robistoff playing part-time, 4 goals and 1 assist. And he's very tough in the air. At one time, considered one of the best of the American forwards. Never really had a full chance to play full-time. Ball is at midfield. Here comes Sonny Askew. Leads the ball ahead to Alan Green, 35-yard line. Green dumps it nicely into the right wing corner for Jimmy Redfern. He chases after the ball. He's got it in the corner. Here comes the crossing ball. Right out front is Askew, but Ray Martin heads it up into the air. Coming in after the ball again is Stokes. He tries to get the head on it, but finally Barry Lynch is able to screen it into the goalkeeper. Take the pressure off with 4:45 left in the match. The travel agency that makes the Dips go wants to take you to London. If leisure's your pleasure, Dimensions Travel will plan your vacation in London. Call Dimensions 296-4800. Here comes Portland again. Archie Robistoff, 35-yard line, is double teamed by Steele and Hill. Loses. Cleared back to midfield. McMahon has it for the Portland Timbers. Takes it to the right wing side. Dumps the ball in the middle to Leotard, 35-yard line. Lofts it inside for Archie Robistoff, and they call him offside. And again, a questionable call there. They say if you're even with the last defenders, you're offside. You must be behind them. At least 2 defenders in the goal line. But, you know, from such an angle, who's to say what is even and what is not? Anyway, you could talk about the offside rule for years. Ball is at midfield. Bobby Stokes. Now Stokes is shoved away down there. He and Willie Anderson were bumping each other, and Barry Lynch came over and gave a hard shove to Bobby Stokes. Now the referee's giving a yellow card to Barry Lynch. Well, Lynch had absolutely no cause at all to come in and shove Bobby Stokes. Stokes may have said something down there, but no cause to come in and shove him. It was between he and Willie Anderson. Willie's been around a long time. He can take care of himself. Meanwhile, it does kill some time on the clock. The clock continues to run. At this point of the ball game, that's probably academic as well. 3-0 Portland. Now a free kick for Washington after a foul in the right wing corner. along the sideline. Redfern over the ball, drops the ball back outside for Don McAllister. McAllister back into the corner for Redfern, picked up by Barry Lynch. Redfern jukes him, takes him to the corner, tries to cross the ball. It's deflected by Lynch over the end line. And Washington will have a corner kick. You'll get a kick out of the savings you'll find at your nearby People's Drug Store. With People's everyday low discount prices, plus over 100 special buys every week. If your goal's savings, your store's People's. In the right wing corner, Redfern tees it up with 2:55 left in the match. Here comes the corner kick now, low. Here's a header by Green. It's knocked off the line. Comes back outside of McAllister. He fires it in, misses wide right. A bomb of a header by Alan Green that time. Beautifully taken. Right on the net. From 13 yards out. And he had beaten the goalkeeper, Mick Poole, to the right side, but a defender. It was either McMahon, maybe it was Gant who was back in the play. Knocked it off the goal line. So the Diplomats have one taken away from them that time. Too bad. So Green had his 9th goal, but taken away by a defender. Well, tonight you have to beat more than the goalkeeper. Here's a quick pass for Jimmy Redfern. It's knocked down. Comes loose at the 35 in Portland zone. Trying to keep the ball in play as Alex Pringle can't do it. It's cleared away by Brian Gant, the midfielder, Robestar. Chest trap and drops it to Leotard along the sideline. Leotard starts to move into Washington zone now. Feeds the ball 35-yard line to Gant. Back it goes to Leotard. Leotard swings it back to the midfield line to Ray Martin. 3-0 Timbers. 1:42 and it'll all be over from Portland. Starting into the attacking zone is McMahon. Feeds the ball along the sideline to Anderson. Tries to give it back to McMahon. But Stokes is there to steal. Puts it right in the foot of a man. Top of the penalty area, Brian Gant gave it right away. Stokes just fell asleep right there. Here's Anderson now along the right wing sideline. Tries to take the ball in the corner. And Stokes knocks it out of bounds. Throw in for the Timbers. Leotard will throw it in. Well, they'll try to get one more here. Leotard runs up, stops, throws it in short to Anderson, outside penalty box right. Anderson drops it outside to Leotard. Leotard feeds it out top of the penalty area. Look out, going after the ball is McMahon. Tracks it down on the left wing side. Askew's on him. Now McMahon into the left wing corner, and Askew takes it away nicely. Here comes Sonny on the counterattack. Sonny feeds the ball ahead to the midfield line to Alan Green. He's clobbered down there. He was just lambasted by either Graham Day or Archie Robistoff at midfield. And it will be a free kick for Washington at the midfield line. Askew made the nice pass to Green. And Graham Day was there to clip him. Into the right wing corner comes Alan Green. Crossing ball to penalty area. Redfern's right there. He drives, shot, he scores! With 35 seconds left in the match, Jimmy Redfern on a beautiful pass from Alan Green scores a fabulous goal. One of the finest goals of the year for the Diplomats. And Alan Green got loose in the right wing corner. He crossed it out in front. And Redfern, who had difficulty controlling it, actually fired that one while he was off his feet. It bounced off his foot to the right of ways, up into the air, and he swung around like a baseball bat. And with his feet being the outer part of the bat, just smacked it by Mick Poole. And the Diplomats have made it a 3-1 ball game. It doesn't mean anything, just a point in the standings, but it was nice to see. Here comes Portland, drive, a shot, and Martin makes a diving save. Wow. Tony Betts that time got loose on the blind side, made a header, and Martin was able to cover it up. But time is running out. Here's the long pass for Alan Green. He drives into the goal, and Mick Poole comes out of the penalty box to knock it away from him and out of bounds, and that may do it. 1 second showing. Time is out. Timbers win. Final score, the Portland Timbers 3, the Washington Diplomats 1. Now this is John Miller reminding you our next simulcast of Dip Soccer is next Wednesday, Channel 5, 8 o'clock, WTOP at 7:45. We hope you'll make your plans to be with us. Again, the final score from Portland, Oregon. The Washington Diplomats lose to the Portland Timbers 3-1. This has been Dips Soccer. Dip Soccer has been brought to you by SK Meats. Try SK Frank's luncheon meats, bacon, and sausage. You'll find SK Taste makes the meal, so make the taste SK. By all 13 Irving Sports Shops, headquarters for Adidas shoes. By the Washington Coca-Cola Bottling Company Incorporated, bottlers of Coca-Cola, Sprite, Tab, and Fresca. By the Giant Food Family. Count on us for the finest in quality, value, and service when you shop at Giant, the quality food people. And by your Washington area Pontiac dealers. We've got away with a price. Is that going to sit? The Washington Diplomats absorb a sound thrashing from the Portland Timbers after a scoreless first half. However, Portland showed a promise of what was to come in the second half with a tremendous attack, especially later in the ball game, and they finally put 3 goals on the board in the second half and win it despite a late goal, very late goal by Jimmy Redfern. It was exciting to see a beautifully set up goal by Alan Green and well played by Jimmy Redfern, one of the nicest shots we've ever seen him take. But too little, too late. Washington loses the ball game 3-1. Their second loss on this 3-game road trip after losing to Hawaii last Tuesday 4-2. Well, the Diplomats will return to Washington tomorrow, have a couple of days of workouts before they take off for the Meadowlands in New Jersey on Wednesday. And our next broadcast of the Washington Diplomats will be next Wednesday night at 7:45 on WTOP News Radio 15. The simulcast